Welcome to War Bios, the podcast where we delve into the lives of history's most fascinating military figures. I'm your host, General Biography, and today we're exploring the remarkable life of Stonewall Jackson, one of the most iconic generals of the American Civil War. Born on January 24, 1824, in Clarksburg, Virginia, Thomas Jonathan Jackson would grow up to become a legendary commander, known for his unwavering resolve, unshakable discipline, and unrelenting commitment to his principles. As we journey through Jackson's early life, we find ourselves in the picturesque town of Clarksburg, nestled in the heart of the Appalachian Mountains. The year is 1824, and the young nation is still reeling from the aftermath of the War of 1812. Jackson's family, though not wealthy, was respectable and well established in the community. His father, Jonathan Jackson, was a lawyer and a farmer who had served as a lieutenant in the Virginia militia during the War of 1812. His mother, Julia Beckwith Neal Jackson, was a devout Christian and a woman of strong character who would play a significant role in shaping her son's values and faith. Tragedy struck early in Jackson's life when his father died of typhoid fever in 1826, leaving the family in a precarious financial situation. His mother, determined to provide for her children, worked tirelessly to manage the family farm and ensure their well-being. Despite the challenges they faced, Julia Jackson instilled in her son a strong sense of duty, discipline, and faith, which would become the hallmarks of his character. As we explore Jackson's childhood, we find him growing up in a rural community where hard work, self-reliance, and resourcefulness were essential virtues. He attended the local school in Clarksburg, where he excelled academically, particularly in mathematics and literature. His love for reading and learning was encouraged by his mother, who provided him with access to a wide range of books, including the Bible, classical literature, and historical texts. In 1831, Julia Jackson moved her family to Lewis County, Virginia, where she had inherited a small farm. The move provided Jackson with an opportunity to experience rural life, learn farming skills, and develop a deep appreciation for the natural world. He attended school in the nearby town of Weston, where he continued to excel academically and demonstrated a keen interest in science, mathematics, and literature. As Jackson entered his teenage years, he began to feel the weight of responsibility, helping his mother manage the farm and care for his younger siblings. This sense of duty and responsibility would stay with him throughout his life, shaping his decisions and guiding his actions. In 1842, Jackson's academic achievements earned him an appointment to the United States Military Academy at West Point, a turning point in his life that would set him on the path to becoming one of the most iconic figures of the Civil War. During his time at West Point, Jackson excelled academically, particularly in the fields of artillery and tactics. He graduated 17th out of 59 cadets in the class of 1846, a testament to his hard work and dedication. The experiences of his childhood and adolescence would lay the foundation for the character traits that would define him as a commander: unwavering resolve, unshakable discipline, and an unrelenting commitment to his principles. As we pick up Jackson's story, we find him serving in the Mexican-American War, where he would see his first combat experience and begin to develop the skills that would serve him well in future conflicts. In 1847, Jackson was assigned to the 1st Artillery Regiment and sailed to Mexico, where he participated in the Siege of Veracruz and the Battle of Chapultepec. His bravery and tactical prowess during these battles earned him recognition and praise from his superiors. After the war, Jackson returned to the United States and taught artillery tactics at the Virginia Military Institute in Lexington, Virginia. It was during this time that he developed a strong sense of discipline and duty, which would become hallmarks of his character as a commander. He also became deeply committed to the Presbyterian faith, which would shape his worldview and guide his decisions throughout his life. As tensions between the North and South escalated in the late 1850s, Jackson found himself increasingly drawn into the conflict. In 1861, he resigned his commission in the U.S. Army and joined the Confederate States Army, where he was appointed colonel of the 2nd Virginia Infantry Regiment. It was during this time that he would earn his legendary nickname Stonewall, which would become synonymous with bravery, discipline, and unwavering resolve. The First Battle of Manassas, also known as the First Battle of Bull Run, was Jackson's first major engagement of the Civil War. On July 21, 1861, Confederate forces led by General P.G.T. Beauregard clashed with Union troops under General Irvin McDowell near Manassas, Virginia. As the battle raged on, Jackson's brigade held firm against repeated Union attacks, earning him recognition and praise from his superiors. It was during this battle that General Barnard B. allegedly exclaimed, "Look at Jackson standing like a stone wall." The nickname stuck, and Stonewall Jackson would go on to become one of the most feared and respected commanders of the Civil War. In the years that followed, Jackson would participate in some of the war's most pivotal battles, including the Valley Campaign, the 7 Days Battles, and the Battle of Fredericksburg. His military tactics, which emphasized speed, surprise, and decisive action, would influence generations of military leaders to come. Through his unwavering commitment to his principles and his unshakable discipline, Jackson would earn the respect and admiration of his peers, as well as the fear and awe of his enemies. As we continue our journey through Jackson's life, we see a complex and multifaceted individual, driven by a strong sense of duty, faith, and ambition. His experiences on the battlefield would shape him into one of the most iconic figures of the Civil War, and his legacy would endure long after the conflict had ended. As we pick up Jackson's story in 1863, we find him at the height of his military career, having earned a reputation as one of the most feared and respected commanders of the Confederacy. In April of that year, Jackson led his corps in the Battle of Chancellorsville, a decisive Confederate victory that would prove to be his final major engagement. During the battle, Jackson's troops launched a surprise attack on the Union Army's right flank, routing the enemy and securing a crucial victory for the Confederacy. Tragically, Jackson's success at Chancellorsville came at a great personal cost. On the evening of May 1000, 1863, while conducting a reconnaissance mission, Jackson was accidentally shot by his own troops, who mistook him for a Union soldier. The incident occurred in a wooded area near the battlefield, and Jackson was struck by multiple bullets, including one that shattered his left arm and another that lodged in his right hand. Despite the best efforts of his medical team, Jackson's wounds proved mortal. He was taken to a field hospital, where his arm was amputated in an attempt to save his life. However, pneumonia set in, and Jackson's condition rapidly deteriorated. On May 10, 1863, just 8 days after being shot, Stonewall Jackson died at the age of 39. The news of Jackson's death sent shockwaves throughout the Confederacy, and he was mourned by his troops and civilians alike. General Robert E. Lee, Jackson's commander and close friend, was particularly devastated by the loss, saying, "I have lost my right arm." The Confederate Army never fully recovered from the loss of Jackson, and his absence was deeply felt in the battles that followed. In the years following his death, Jackson's legacy only grew. He was remembered as a brilliant military strategist, a brave and inspiring leader, and a devout Christian who had lived his life according to his principles. Today, Stonewall Jackson is still studied by military historians and strategists around the world, and his campaigns and battles continue to be analyzed and admired. As we reflect on Jackson's remarkable life, we are reminded of the enduring power of his example. His commitment to his faith, his country, and his fellow soldiers has inspired generations of Americans, and his legacy continues to shape our understanding of the Civil War and its significance in American history. In the words of General Lee, Stonewall Jackson was a great and good man, and his memory will live on forever. In conclusion, Stonewall Jackson's life was marked by bravery, duty, and devotion, and his legacy continues to inspire us today. His story serves as a reminder of the enduring importance of leadership, courage, and conviction, and we are honored to have had the opportunity to explore his remarkable life in this podcast series. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the life of Stonewall Jackson, one of the most iconic figures in American military history. That's all for today's War Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, I'm General Biography reminding you to keep marching toward victory.